Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is showing you my top books of August. Basically, these are my favourite books I read this month, and I thought I would talk to you about them for a little bit. So let's get into the video. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac. I did read Tomorrow, Tomorrow and Tomorrow, but didn't really get on with it that well, to be honest. I really liked it in places, but I struggled with it in other places, so I didn't know what to expect going into this. I like the concept of it, so I thought I'd read it anyway. It's about this teenage girl who loses a memory, and basically she's got to relearn her whole life again. She doesn't know who her boyfriend is, she doesn't remember her parents getting divorced, she doesn't remember her best friend, and it's basically all about her navigating her life now that she's dealing with this memory loss. And it was really, really good. I genuinely really enjoyed this. I think I rated this one a 5 stars on Goodreads, which is quite unusual, really. I don't tend to rate 5 stars very often, so I definitely enjoyed it. And if this is something you think you'd be interested in, I do definitely recommend it. It's not that thick of a book, so it doesn't take too long to get through, and it is YA, so it's quite easy to read too. I think I read it in 2 sittings, so I got through it really quickly. And like I say, I did really enjoy it, so I do recommend this one. So that was book one. Book two was one I read on my Kindle, and it was Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I will put the cover up here so you can see what it looks like. Again, I rated this one 5 stars, and that one has been on my TBR for a while, but I'd heard a lot of hype about it online, and I had really high expectations, to be honest, so I put it off for a bit because I didn't know if it was going to live up to them expectations, if that makes sense. But it was absolutely brilliant, and I genuinely really enjoyed it. It was a really nice romance. It's about this doctor, Alexis, who goes to this town, her car breaks down, and Daniel rescues her. It's basically their relationship and how it develops, and her navigating her city life and him navigating his town life and how they come together. It was really, really good. I do definitely recommend it if you haven't read it yet. And I will definitely be reading more Abby Jimenez books in the future because I haven't read much of her stuff yet. So that's something I want to do. But yeah, that was book two. For book three, this was one that was on my August TBR list, and it is Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. And this one was loosely based on Shakespeare and his son and their family life and how his son passed away. I did really, really enjoy this. Again, I had heard really good things online, and it was quite interesting because it did change between time zones. So you got when Shakespeare and his wife first met, and then you got their family life as well, which I thought was nice. Like I say, really enjoyed this. I'm a massive theatre fan anyway, so I thought I was going to like this anyway, but it definitely exceeded my expectations. I loved it so much more than I thought I was going to, and I will definitely be reading this one again because it was absolutely brilliant. So if you haven't read this and you like historical fiction or you have an interest in Shakespeare or anything like that, I do recommend this one as well. It is worth picking up. I rated this one 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, so like I say, I did really enjoy it. And yeah, that one's book three. So for book four, the book I'm going to be telling you about is Miriam Margolyes' This Much Is True. It is an autobiography, which isn't something I normally pick up to read. I tend to listen to autobiographies on audiobook because I just find them easier to get through that way. But I did borrow a copy of this one, and I flew through it. It was absolutely brilliant, and I managed to read it in about 3 days, 4 days. It was so good. and I genuinely laughed in so many places. She's so funny, and she is a very relatable person, and it has made me want to go and pick up her other book, Oh Miriam, I believe that one's called. So I'm definitely going to be going to pick that one up too. But yeah, it basically talks about her life, where she grew up, how she got into acting, and some of the jobs she's done along the way. And like I say, it was really, really funny in places, and it was just really nice to find out a bit about her background and, like I say, where she grew up and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. If you do like her as an actor, I do recommend going to read that. Definitely worth picking up. I rated Miriam's book 5 stars, which I didn't expect to do for an autobiography, to be honest. But like I say, I did really enjoy it. And then for book 5, it's a bit of an honorary mention. It is Girls in Love by Jacqueline Wilson. This is the start of a series, and I used to love these as a teenager, but I picked these up mainly because Jacqueline Wilson is writing a new book called Think Again, and it's based on the same characters from this series, but it's them as adults. She's writing it for the adult readers that used to read her books when they were teenagers, if that makes sense. So I wanted to reread these before I then went to buy that book. So I started reading the series again this month. It was everything I remembered it to be honest. I really loved these as a teenager, and they just, it was very nostalgic. It just brought a lot of memories back from me being a teenager. So, yeah, I did really enjoy this. And if you was a fan of Jacqueline Wilson when you was younger, like I say, she is releasing her new book, Think Again, for her adult readers. So that one might be one to look into. I think it comes out in September. I rated this one 4 stars, mainly because of the nostalgia, but like I say, it did bring back a lot of my teenage memories. So, yeah, this is book 5. So, they were my favourite books that I read in August. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment, and subscribe underneath, and I will see you all again next week.